Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with another stock market investing video. And today I want to talk about stocks that if Biden's going to win and stocks if Trump's going to win. With the whole election coming up on November 3rd, which is actually today that I'm releasing this video, I think it is in spirit to actually go over stocks to be watching if Biden wins, if Trump wins, so you can kind of know where to go moving forward once we actually find a winner. And here's a great article too. You'll see it says stocks for Biden win and a Trump victory and a divided government. So the first paragraph you'll see with the election Tuesday, investors are wondering what to buy and what to sell based on different election outcomes. The wholesale portfolio changes around and elections are frankly a bad idea. Stocks go up over time. Doesn't really matter if it's a Republican or Democrat administrations, they typically always go up over time is an important way to start off this whole article and a good note to actually start with. Still, big events are an opportunity for any investor to assets portfolio exposure, and there is no bigger event in the U.S. than a presidential election. On election eve, Wall Street has consolidated around a few ideas that can work in the short run, and if Trump wins second term or if Biden wins his first. So the Biden stocks are for the most part linked to clean energy. The iShare Global Clean Energy ETF, ICLN ticker symbol, is already up 67% year to date, which is way better than comparable returns on the average of a SP 500 or Dow Jones. And this is an ETF, guys, so let's look into it a little bit more. The 5 largest U.S. stocks in this ETF are SolarEdge, ticker symbol SEDG, Enphase Energy, ticker symbol ENPT, Sunroom, ticker symbol RUN, First Solar, FSLR, and Plug Power, ticker symbol PLUG. Of the 5, Plug and Sunroom are Wall Street's favorite with 92. And 73% of analysts covering the pair rating them a buy, respectively. The average buy rating ratio for the stock in the Dow Jones is about only 58%. And then it goes on to say Tesla isn't an ETF, but it might as well be the largest clean energy stock in the United States with a market cap approaching $380 billion. That's huge. Tesla shares would get a boost from Biden win, which is another great point to think about. And other U.S. EV stocks would likely see a bigger boost, including Workhorse, which is a big point as well, and Hyliion, ticker symbol HYLN, just to name 2. Green energy benefits because Biden wants to wean the U.S. off fossil fuels, which is an estimate to take cost about $6 trillion over the next decade. That isn't $6 trillion of the government spending. Rather, it's the amount shifted among industries such as oil to solar, incentivized by the government policy. And then it goes on to say stocks that could bounce on a Trump second term, on the other hand, would be traditional oil and gas shares. Oil and gas components in the S&P 500 are having a brutal year, down 50% year to date. And then they put out some ticker symbols here, ticker symbol COP, ticker symbol PSX, and ticker symbol PXD. Are Wall Street's most beloved oil stocks, and with more than 90% buy rating on each of 3 of these. So you definitely want to watch out for those if Trump gets reelected. And then it goes on to say defense stocks might get a nice boost as well. And then they threw out some ticker symbols LMT and ticker symbol NOC in the basket of buys if Trump wins. Now this next article goes on to say that heading into the finals week before 2020 presidential election, it appears that Biden, a Democrat, has a slight lead on Trump. And it also says that if Trump wins, investors can expect relations with China to get even dicier than they already are, because a second term is always meant for creating a legacy. And then it goes on to say, thus, you probably don't want to be overweight in Chinese-based stocks. You also might want to avoid the U.S.-based agriculture stocks, as China gives American farmers the cold shoulder. Now, another good sector to watch out for is going to be the cannabis industry when it comes to Biden winning. So this article is about 3 strong stocks. The cannabis sector is a fascinating topic. It's new, it's legal, status is shifting the society's push in the state legislators, and that combination is creating opportunities for companies and investors alike. To start with, the Republican platform simply does not prioritize cannabis legalization. Now, the first one they talk about is Colombian Care. We'll start with Colombian Care, a small cap player in the medical, pharmaceutical, and health and wellness cannabis sector. The company operates based in New York and operates in over a quarter of the U.S. states plus the EU. Colombian Care has built its operation on a state-by-state basis, taking advantage of local legalization regimes. The company boasts 54 facilities and 35 operating licenses, giving it insight to regulations, compliance, cultivation, quality control. And then what we like to see the numbers, Colombia's care revenue has been showing strong growth despite the coronavirus pandemic. On the top line, the company recorded 26 million in Q1 and 28 million in Q2. Share price moved in line with the revenues growing 48% year to date, and the performance reflects growing demand. So we went over medical, we went over cannabis for Biden, and then another great one's going to be healthcare. And in this one, this article says my final choice is healthcare arena. I believe that ticker symbol TDOC, Teladoc, will be a winner, especially if the Democrats take control. The pandemic has led to an increase of telehealth throughout the country. It's less expensive than visiting your doctor on site for the patient, the provider, and the insurer. The company is already the worldwide leader in telehealth and covers more than 450 medical specialties. And Teladoc will help Biden reach his goal of providing healthcare to rural communities, as telehealth can reach anyone who has an internet connection, which is going to be huge. Telehealth is definitely the future, and Teladoc is definitely a leader in it. So you might want to watch out for this one and put it on your list too. Now, further on in the article, I like this point of it. Play it safe. Either way, my take on the election might be a bit risk averse rather than looking into stocks that I think Joe Biden administrations can specifically affect. I find it more prudent to look for stocks that will do just fine either way, which I like to do as well. If Biden wins the presidency, but the balance within Congress remains even remotely balanced, I think a jump on healthcare stocks could be the ultimate play. Let's not forget what happened after the 2016 election. The Republicans stumbled in an attempt to pass a bill that could revoke the Affordable Care Act. When it comes to creating sustainability, meaningful legislation, that would increase the government's budget to expand Obamacare. It's a lot more difficult than Joe Biden simply being all for it. If Biden wins but Congress doesn't tumble to the left, I'm going to look at United Health Groups, which is a good one as well. Ticker symbol UNH. If it takes a hit in November, I plan on buying it. I simply don't see either side of Congress being able to find enough consensus to drive home further healthcare overhauls. If Joe Biden wins, there's going to be big psychological momentum. For me, I see a swing for the auto stock. This is a bull call for a time when the auto cycle has most certainly peaked. I like Ford as an extreme value move. Biden, and perhaps more significantly, the Democratic Party, will want to keep a large labor unions on their side, even with their intensifying green energy initiative. And then it goes on to say, finally, I really like solar stocks. This is an area that I feel I can see some headway under a Biden presidency. This is an industry that's going to grow regardless of the presidential election. It's clean, it's scalable, and it's easy to plan it in a way that contributes to the electrical grid. If Biden wins, it seems like a bullish sentiment will build for solar. Of course, speculation should not be the whole story. I like First Solar, FSLR, because it's an established name, it has billions in revenue, and it's actually turned a profit. Now, there's one more I want to touch on. It's going to be Caterpillar. Biden has repeatedly stated that he wants to fix the country's crumbling infrastructure. He plans to create millions of good union jobs, rebuilding America's crumbling infrastructure from roads to bridges to green spaces and water systems to electricity grids and universal broadband. And one company that stands to benefit greatly is going to be Caterpillar. Now, another industry that's going to be really beneficial if Biden wins is going to be gold. Gold's definitely going to be going up. It was a little always messy and a little embarrassing, but the consistent bickering between the Obama administration and the congressional Republicans throughout the 2010s wasn't all bad. So why, Joe Biden's policy platform is potentially expensive, and with the economy still in rough shape, the combination of increasing government spend with the staggering receipts could mean massive budget deficits for the foreseeable future. Under that scenario, gold would make sense as its possible inflation and dollar devaluation hedge, and one of the cheapest and most cost-effective ways to buy it would be via the SPDR gold mini shares, ticker symbol GLDM, making it one of the cheapest gold ETFs on the market. Gold likely will continue to rise no matter what and who wins in November. Investors are generally worried about the health of the dollar these days, and with legitimate reason. But under an unrestrained blue wave scenario, you might see gold's ascent speed up. So gold's definitely going to be one. And to recap, you're going to want to have gold on your list. You're going to want to have healthcare on your list. You're going to want to have solar, renewable energy on your list, EVs. You're going to want to have United Health Group on your list. Market valuation $300 billion with a small dividend. Joe Biden broke rank with many of his fellow Democrats by stopping short of promising Medicare for all or any sort of single-player healthcare systems. Instead, Biden has promised to provide a Medicare-like government option for health plans and to make it private sector plans more affordable and less complex. Well, let's see how successful he is in that endeavor if he wins. And then Workhorse Group's going to be a great one. You're going to want to have on your list for Biden. Market value $2.2 billion. Biden might be good for several electrical vehicle stocks. In fact, that's why you might want to also consider the shares of Workhorse, ticker symbol WKHS, which not only makes EVs, but electric delivery drones too. Workhorse has a little bit of a history with roots going back to '98. Also, its focus isn't consumer vehicles, but delivery vans. Workhorse originally started by converting vans made of other manufacturers, but transitioned to making its own original models in 2015 following a merger. The potential here is obvious. The delivery business is booming during the pandemic, and that's not likely to change once life gets back to normal. Already, Workhorse counts United Parcel Service, UPS, and Ryder Systems among its customers, and a Biden victory could further smooth the road ahead for Workhorse. Prodding and subsides from a Biden administration would likely to encourage companies to upgrade their truck fleets to electric models. This sector would have strong tailwinds, and it's back with a green-oriented Democrat in the White House. Now, we talked about cannabis. Another one you want to put on your list is going to be Canopy Growth, market value of $7 billion. A Democrat administration likely would benefit green projects, but it would likely be good for the other kind of green project. Democrat politicians take a more relaxed view towards marijuana and are more likely to support soft legalization. Joe Biden does not publicly support legalization at the federal level, or at least not yet, but given his support for criminal justice reform, that would include decriminalization for use of. And then you can read some of this. Go ahead and pause it if you want to read the full article about this one as well. NextEra Energy, $148 billion is a good one to have on your list too. Isn't the most exciting company on the list or any list, for crying out loud. It's an electrical utility, but unlike many of its peers, NextEra has focused on renewable energy, which makes it interesting for the event of if Biden wins. So remember, it's all about energy, cannabis, gold, these kind of things. EVs, electrical vehicles, healthcare is going to be for the Biden. Now, guys, I hope this video did help you guys. This is going to be the end of it. It's going to be wrapping up here. This one was catered a little bit more towards Biden, and it was more like 10 stocks to buy or watch if Biden wins. If you guys did like the video, and if there's any specific stocks you want me to go more in detail, make sure you let me know. Otherwise, I won't go in detail on specific stocks. If you want me to do a little bit more of a deep dive on Workhorse or maybe a gold one, let me know, because I'll be more than happy to do that. But also let me know if you'd rather want a Trump one. If Trump wins and he actually surprises us, I'm focused on Biden because he's leading in the polls, but it can be surprised and we can see a Trump win here too. So if you want to see a video about Trump victory and if Trump wins, stocks to watch, just to give you kind of an update, I'll put something on the screen here, but these are going to be some to watch if Trump wins. Going to be more towards like the oil side of things, kind of like the opposite of the Biden one. So hit the thumbs up if you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube so you are getting all these ones. Hit the bell notification so you're alerted right as soon as they come out, so you know exactly what's going on. It's voting day. It's November 3rd, so go out and vote. Do your share. This is the last day. We should be finding out and we're going to be finding out our president here pretty soon. So join the family if you haven't already. Hit the like button. Be part of the like squad, the notification squad. It only takes 1 second out of your day, and it really does help me, and it goes a long way for people that watch the whole videos and all the way into the end as well. I'm giving out $5 to anyone who comments and screenshots their comment to the first 5 people. So go ahead and send it on Instagram, screenshot your comment so I know that you comment, and I'll send you $5 through Venmo. And guys, welcome to the family. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.